major short seller Hindenburg Research putting out a market-moving call on Adani Group. It's
Hindenburg Research that accused Adani of fraud and stock price manipulation.
Adani Group companies continue to slide for a third straight session.
Companies linked to Adani Group have now lost a whopping $65 billion.
The news of Gautam Adani's sudden drop in wealth had everyone talking. Adani, who just a few days ago was the world's third richest person with a net worth of $150 billion, had now suddenly fallen to 13th place, with his net worth dropping to $72 billion. Adani holds a substantial stake in the Adani Group, valued at around $278 billion, which has seen its value drop by around 38%, leading to a loss of $100 billion. So, why did this happen? We all know the answer: Hindenburg Research. The report highlighted a number of issues with Adani's business practices, including lack of transparency, misallocation of funds, and a number of other issues. On the 23rd of January 2023, Hindenburg released a report that shook the corporate world. Titled, Adani Group: How the World's Third Richest Man is Pulling the Largest Con in Corporate History, the report was full of references to articles, primary and secondary investigations, and resources and research. You might be asking why they have done this, what's their motive and why they targeted Adani. But, why would they target Adani? Well, there's no smoke without fire, right? Out of thousands of listed companies, why handpick Adani? This isn't the first time questions have been raised about Adani's controversial success either. Fitch Group also said Adani companies were over-leveraged, while the Morning Context said that Adani Group's auditing practices need attention. Now Hindenburg Research, a company of just 5 people, has attacked Adani's reputation. This small-time company caused Adani a loss of $100 billion. There are two ways to interpret this story. Either Hindenburg is a corrupt company and its actions are against India's growth, or maybe they are doing a good deed by uncovering any incriminating evidence they may find. I'm not going to dive into the detailed report released by Hindenburg Research. Here, I'll be going through the most important findings and opinions from both sides, Hindenburg and Adani's, which will shock you. So let's get started. Hindenburg Research LLC is an investment research firm specializing in activist short selling. Through careful analysis and accurate predictions, they have successfully shorted 30 stocks, including Tesla. Short selling is a way of profiting from the decline of a stock's price. Rather than buying a stock and hoping its price increases, short sellers predict when a stock's price will decrease and then make a return on the difference. Nathan Anderson founded Hindenburg Research in 2017 with the mission of uncovering fraudulent activities and market manipulation. They have become renowned for the successful shorting of stocks and their impact on the stock market, known as the Hindenburg effect. One of their big findings was against Nikola. They claimed that the company founder of Nikola had committed wrongful activities such as fraud and manipulation. This led to the share price of Nikola dropping from $60 to $2.50. Now they are doing the same thing with Adani, conducting research and revealing any wrongdoing on the part of the company, potentially leading to a decrease in their share price and more profits for Hindenburg. The first major concern: Gautam Adani and his family have amassed a paper fortune of over $120 billion, with over $100 billion of that coming in the past 3 years, largely through the meteoric appreciation of its stock prices. It is an average increase of 820%. This growth is remarkable, especially compared to the 50% increase of the Sensex index, as it raises questions about what exceptional measures the Adani companies have taken in the last 3 years to achieve such remarkable success. If you analyze the Adani Group on a fundamental basis, you will find that they are highly overvalued. Their most valued company has a price-to-earnings ratio of 508x, which is a staggering 42x higher than the industry standard of 12x. The second allegation is that the float of the company, or the amount of shares available to the public, is very low. This is a major issue, especially when taking Adani's context into account, as the Indian securities regulator SEBI's rules require a minimum public shareholding of 25% to limit insider trading, stock manipulation, and undisclosed margin lending. Taking into account these two main allegations and other allegations, it appears that the Adani Group is manipulating their stock prices. Let's see how this can be done with hypothetical examples and Hindenburg Research-backed facts. Assume Adani owns 73% of Adani Enterprises and, hypothetically speaking, in 2019 its stock price is $200 rupees. If the stock price then increases to $1,000 rupees, Adani's wealth would have increased 5-fold. But what if someone tells you that you can manipulate the stock price to reach 1,000? The stock price of a company is heavily dependent on the demand and supply of the company's shares. When the demand is higher than the supply, the price increases, and vice versa. However, the supply of Adani's shares is largely under the control of the promoters, the Adani family. Free float in the market is limited, as the maximum permissible limit is 75%, of which 73% is held by the promoters. This leaves just 27% for the public and investors. If the Adani family were to take away another 15%, then the stock price could be easily manipulated. Furthermore, investors such as LIC are heavily invested in the remaining 10%, leaving only 3 to 5% for regular traders. Therefore, it is very likely that the price of Adani's stock could be manipulated by controlling the supply of its shares. Hindenburg Research has found evidence of a system of offshore companies and trusts linked to the Adani family that invest in listed Adani Group companies, potentially allowing the Adani family to control the supply of shares and artificially increase the price of their group's listed companies. Hindenburg has identified many suspicious Mauritius-based investors that have invested their entire portfolios in only Adani-listed companies. Furthermore, shareholding lists in India only specifically name foreign funds, FPIs, if they hold more than 1% of equity, meaning smaller stockholders below this threshold may also be used to conceal promoter, insider ownership. Apart from this, Hindenburg's investigations have revealed some shocking information about the Adani Group of companies. 8 out of 22 key members of the group are family members. The Adani Group of companies have heavily leveraged their company shares and have pledged them as loan collaterals. This debt-fueled growth has seen liabilities exceed assets, and the Adani Group currently has loans of 2 lakh crore, of which 80,000 crore are from Indian banks. A fall of the Adani Group would have a crippling effect on the Indian banking sector. Hindenburg said that the Adani Group's use of immense power and wealth to silence criticism is unacceptable. This broken system must be changed. Our report marks the beginning of that change. Adani Group will take this opportunity to demonstrate their commitment to transparency and accountability by answering the 88 questions we've included in this report. In response, Adani has accused Hindenburg of launching a calculated attack on India. This is not just an unwarranted attack on any single company but a calculated attack on India, the independence, integrity and quality of Indian institutions, and the growth story and ambition of India, Adani said in his response. Hindenburg countered the statement with the fact that Adani provided a 413-page response, but only 30 pages of this focused on issues related to our report. The other 330 pages consisted of court records and 53 pages of financials, general information and irrelevant corporate initiatives. So to save Adani's group reputation, Adani cancelled the 20,000 rupees FPO, which even worsened the situation as Adani Group lost another $20 billion, totaling the number to $100 billion. So what's your opinion on Adani Group? Let me know in the comment section.